Hello everyone. The last video briefly introduced the parameters and features of the MKS TinyBee motherboard. This video teaches you how to configure the motherboard firmware. This tutorial only applies to Marlin firmware. Firmware can be downloaded from Makerbase's GitHub. The download link is below the video. First, open the firmware file in Visual Studio Code. Select the configuration.h file. Enable serial port 2 and change the following value to -1. Enable baud rate 2 and change the following value to 115,200. Fill in board MKS TinyBee after motherboard. Enable EEPROM settings. Enable SD support. Select the configuration add.h file. Enable ESP3D Wi-Fi support. Enable web support, OTA support and Wi-Fi custom command. Select the platformio.ini file. Change Mega256 in default inverses to MKS TinyBee. After the firmware configuration is completed, the next step is to compile the firmware and write the firmware to the motherboard. First, use a USB cable to connect the motherboard and PC. Then use the jumper cap to change USP from off to on. Then click Platform.io build to compile the firmware. After compiling, click Platform.io upload to write the firmware to the motherboard. After the firmware is written, the motherboard can be used normally. MKS TinyBee can control the 3D printer by connecting the PC to the Wi-Fi of the motherboard. After the connection is successful, open the browser. The browser will automatically pop up a page. Then we upload the web file that controls the printer. After the upload is successful, click Go to ESP3D interface to connect to the printer. Then you can control the printer through the web page. In addition to using the hotspot connection of TinyBee, you can also connect it to your router. First, go to the ESP3D page. Find the Wi-Fi mode column and select Client Station Mode. Then fill in the Wi-Fi name in the Station SSID column. Finally, fill in the Wi-Fi password in the Station Password column. Click the Set button to confirm the settings. Click the Refresh button to load the previous settings to the motherboard. Now let the motherboard reboot. After the Wi-Fi connection is successful, you can see the IP address on the display. Open the browser and enter the IP address on the display in the URL bar to connect to the motherboard. Now the motherboard is connected successfully. You can move, print and other operations on the printer.